of you. If you haven't, my name's Justin Prescott. I'm the wheelchair man. That's me. Anyway, very glad to be here this evening. Molly's asked me to come along this evening and try and get a bit of enthusiasm behind next year's National Assembly. Now, you might soon be getting an invite to drop through your door. So, anyway, earlier this year, myself, Molly, Cathy Mitchell, we went to Manchester to see the Assembly. And at the centre of this year's Assembly was the launch of the new corporate strategy. Yeah, that's what you think. Well, I'm not going to get you to go and see this by talking about the corporate strategy, am I? So, enough of that. I think time for something different, really. I'll just bore you into submission by talking about it. So I thought, I'll sing a song about it. Now, I say I'll sing a song. I made up a few words. You might recognise the tune. So this is a little tale about our little trip to Manchester.
Probably should be enough.
You might recognise the tune, yes. Oh, Jim, we have a lovely time the day we went to Manchester. A beautiful day, we drove all the way in a shiny, shiny new Land Rover. Me, Molly and Cather, we did have a laugh as we trundled through the country. Finally switching the sat-nav on as we drove into town. The Manchester Hotel that Molly knew well was right in the heart of the city. The sat-nav confused, left us bemused, and we drove around and around in circles. We then drove some more, and some time after 4, we finally saw the hotel. After one more detour, we walked through the door as the sun went down. The hotel was good, and so was the food. So we all enjoyed our dinner. Being quite stuffed as we'd had enough, we headed back to the bar, and then I bought a round. It cost £25. We had a seizure. Oh, how we laughed at my expense as the drink went down. The following day, we made our way to the Manchester Conference Centre, parked the 4x4 outside the front door, and got our name badges at registration. After greeting and meeting, we then found our seating and waited for things to begin. Then on came Nick Young and the show had begun, so we all sat down. Now I know it sounds boring, but no one was snoring as he talked of our corporate plans, and of how we save lives and how we change lives and how we help people recover from crisis. Whilst out in the hall there were stands, there were stores, where we talked about new values, inclusive, compassionate, courageous, dynamic. The words went round. Now I do recall the best part of it all were the awards for good ideas. That wasn't their name, I admit it's a shame. I couldn't fit excellence in where I wanted to. And as soon as it had begun, the whole thing was done, and we eventually found the Land Rover. We got back in the doors of the old 4x4, and the wheels went round. So to be fair, that was about, if I was to talk about the corporates, that wouldn't interest you. What you can expect from the National Assembly is to be entertained. That was what it was about. There was singing, there was dancing, there was news, sort of television style presentations with Michael Rodd of, what was it fame for? There's some programmes. Tomorrow's World, and something else, but it's a bit before my time anyway. So yeah, it was a bit glam and glitz. And yeah, there was one particular point, very theatrical, as the smoke machine billowed onto the stage, and I think Nick Young actually really did think there was a fire. Those shouts for the FESS. So yeah, so we did. We heard about all sorts of the work that the Red Cross does, about our recovery work overseas, about the success of our focus on inclusive volunteering. And yes, we did hear about the new corporate strategy, but I think Joy touched on this earlier, and our new corporate strategy, saving lives, changing lives, it's what brings us all together. It's so we actually are all working towards one end, and I think that's the most important thing that was brought across at the Assembly. Yes, you might say it's a bit of a backslapping affair. Well, yes it was, you know, but we do a lot of good work, and a lot of times we don't get the appreciation we deserve for it. A lot of times people don't even know about the work we're doing. So, yeah, if it's once a year, pat yourself on the back. I think you deserve it. So, you'll meet fellow volunteers and you'll probably make new friends. I certainly made quite a few, you know. I think Kathy did as well. I'd just like to draw your attention. If you go on the internet and go on to flickr.com, I just stumbled across a picture. And yes, you definitely learn something that you didn't know about the Red Cross, which, you know, it certainly makes it worth the trip. So, and I think most importantly of all, to be there in this huge conference centre amongst fellow volunteers, staff members from all over the country, from from Scotland, you actually feel part of what is one of the world's largest organisations. You do really feel part of it. That's what I came away with, so I haven't got a lot more to say about it. I think the song said it all, but I'm sure sometime soon you might be getting an invitation through your letterbox inviting you to attend the National Assembly, and all I can say is I would really consider that. I really would. So there you go.